Alrighty. Woo. Welcome to another episode of NOVAtazz Automotive Podcast, episode 39, season 2. Whew, sorry. Running a little bit late. How late am I?
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Well, it's because literally dinner just got done.
You're not going to eat? You're going to do this instead of eating?
I'm going to do
What's
both.
for dinner?
I'm going to do
Oh.
both. It is homemade chicken noodle soup.
Ooh.
Which is why it was late. Because unfortunately, you can never actually predict when, we started it late. And... Whew.
So what's your feeling on the... Well, I don't know. Up there where you're at, Sean, do you guys get an overrun of chicken corn soup everywhere in the restaurants and everything, or is it not that far north?
Not really. I mean, you might see some chicken corn chowder a little bit here and there, but I don't complain about it because I like chicken corn chowder. But
oh, it's good. Yeah, I just wonder. It seems like everywhere down around us,
it's soup season. So whether it's beef soup or chicken soup or turkey soup, turkey soup in a couple weeks, in about a week. That's what I do with my turkey after it's done, and just throw it in the freaking cooker and cook it for like 24 hours straight till it's like falling off the freaking, literally falls off the bone. And then you discard the bone and all the other crap, and you pull all the freaking turkey out, and you make a soup out of it.
Yeah.
and the broth.
Thank you, Melissa, for that subscription. Thank you. I don't normally hear that. I don't always hear that stuff. By the way, we're up to like 2,030 plus subscribers.
Cool.
Applause, Mater! Yay! Congrats.
Yeah, let's see the statistics. Let's see. We got 2,032.
Moving on up.
Yeah, let's see. And my views are pushing almost 1 million. Was it not 1 million? It was
That balloon quick in just a couple weeks, didn't it?
No, yeah. We're just shy of a million views.
Nice.
We're at 932,000. So, what's going on to everybody this week?
Not much.
Not much. My story seems to be pretty dumb.
Not too much going on here. Sold my Dodge Charger pretty much as soon as I had it ready. So
That was that a V6 or?
it was a V6, 2012 at 87,000 miles. Did pretty good
all-wheel
on it.
drive or rear wheel?
No, rear wheel drive. It is the base model.
Yeah, our friend, his girlfriend had the V6 all-wheel drive. Oh, his girlfriend, not his friend, but our friend's girlfriend had the. She now has what, a Challenger?
Oh, that is now his wife too.
Oh, when did that happen?
Dude, that happened a while ago.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, I guess it did.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Dude, time like freaking doesn't move after a while.
Sometimes it does.
No, well, sometimes it moves and you just didn't move with it. Jess is in the comments. She's like, hard to believe that many people want to see you. Well, it's not really. I mean, the thing is most of those views aren't subscribers. They're people that looked up the how-to videos and stuff like that. Speaking of the dishwasher video, top 700 views.
Oh,
Nice.
boy. Everybody's put dishwashers in, I guess.
I guess.
That's still my favorite comment, though. That one with the dude telling me that it's now illegal.
Oh, yeah. What a dummy.
Because sure, I
Surprised
dumped the
they
drain
put it
tube. I dumped the drain tube for the dishwasher straight down the dryer vent.
You should have put, please don't call the cops.
Yeah. Please don't call the police.
And then you also got the haters on the door spring. The door spring video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Of
god, the tool's only like $10. Go get the tool.
Well,
Some
not
people
all
don't
the time do you have the ability to run out and go get the tool.
Well, what else can you use that tool for?
Exactly. If it's a one-time thing, why are you going to go out and go buy a tool if you're going to do it once? tools like that are good, even if they're only $10. If you're going to repeatedly do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, have you owned a bunch of the same kind of cars, or
well, no, that door spring tool will work on just about anything from like the '60s all the way up until I think still today some of them cars would use that tool. Any tool that has the door spring, the spring in the door to assist with opening and closing the door.
Yeah.
It's the tension, so that keeps the door in position. Most cars still even run that today. But the problem is like I said, if it's not something you're going to be pulling doors off of a car all the time, then there's really no point in having that tool. You're going to use it a couple times. It's going to sit in your toolbox, and probably by the time next time you need to use that tool, you'd have lost it by then.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a stupid little square block I had to have to retract the pistons.
And for the brakes,
rear disc brakes for my Mercury Cougar XR7.
Mm-hmm.
It was specific to I think like 3 models over 2 years, maybe 3 years. Then they figured out
European cars use that tool too, don't they?
A lot of the early 2000 Toyotas do as well for the rear brakes.
But the thing is
about the weirdest setup I've ever seen: a rotating piston in your caliper as it's expanding.
God forbid you just
got to twist back in.
Clamp it back shut like we do all the other ones. But that's also like the fuel, the tool to go in and release the
fuel line.
Fuel lines on the fuel injection, the spring clip remover.
Things like that. I mean, but again, like I said, well, there's almost no way around not having that tool for the fuel thing. There's not really a hack that I know of to be able to get them off without the tool.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're making something that is basically that tool anyway.
I just bought a little cheap one off of eBay a long time ago that will fit GM or Ford. They don't fit great, but they get it just enough.
One side's GM and one side's Ford. I have one sitting in my toolbox. But, it's a tool like that I was in the middle of doing something. I would think it was the Dodge. Actually, the Dodge truck is when I originally needed it. And I think it was an AC line for the Dodge truck or something like that. When I pulled the engine in the green truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's stuff like that where you go do it, and then you're in the middle of doing something, and you realize, crap, I need this tool. If it's something like the spring, you could literally just make something work to get the job and keep moving forward. Or if it's something like the fuel line thing where you end up having to stop, go all the way to a store and go get the tool if
you can find it.
Well, A, if a store is open, and B, if you can find it. You know, because sometimes when you're working on vehicles, it's not like it's, like if it's an average Joe who went to work all day, came home and is working on his car, it's 11, 12 o'clock at night. You're not finding the store open, which means now the whole rest of your night, unless you can find something else to do, has come to a halt. Whereas if you have something like the door spring, where if you didn't have the right tool, you could grab yourself some zip ties and find a way to clamp the spring down. It didn't have to be a C-clamp. Could be a bench vise. It could be a lot of different ways of doing it. But the ultimate goal is to clamp the spring down, and as you clamp the spring down, you tighten the zip ties. Hey Alan, welcome. Glad to see you in the stream. But like sometimes you just got to do what you need to do to be able to keep moving forward and make progress and get the job done. There's been a lot of times where either A, I couldn't afford the tool, couldn't find a tool, or didn't feel like paying for it. So you make yourself up. Got an old. I got like what? I think most of us have like a gazillion freaking spare wrenches in the bottom of our tool cabinets from picking up different tool kits or buying old toolboxes from junkyards with tools still in them. You grab them.
I used to get pretty much every Christmas. I'd get at least 2 of them little cheap tool sets.
Yeah, where the
most of it I just threw away, but sockets, wrenches.
Yeah, well, what those are good for. You can't reach a bolt and you need to freaking make a wrench shorter or need to bend it at a certain angle. You heat that sucker up and you cut it off.
That all the time.
And you make yourself a tool. You cut it in half. You change the direction. You re-weld it back together. You make what you need to do, because you don't want to do that to your good tools.
Right.
Yeah, if you got a hammer, everything's a
stuff
nail.
that you
If you got a
do,
welder,
but
make anything.
yeah, but then you get the YouTube heroes, the comment heroes that are like, oh, you should go get. Why would I want to go spend that much money to do something when I'm not making any money on what I'm doing?
Yeah, why not sacrifice a cheap wrench that you're not going to miss if you break it to not have to go get the tool?
Yeah, well, especially how expensive some of the tools are.
Oh yeah.
And just like that spring tool that they're like, oh, it's only $10-15. Well, that's $10-15 you could be putting somewhere else. I mean, and they're like, well,
used to be that was a day and a half of cruising in the car.
Yeah, but they're like, well, by the time you get out and go get freaking zip ties, it's like, what mechanic doesn't have like a pile of zip ties freaking sitting somewhere?
Yeah, I got some around here.
Anybody that I very, very rarely ran into a mechanic that didn't have zip ties, electrical tape, super glue, maybe.
Tape.
I mean, like I have super glue, but I don't. Maybe not a lot of people have super glue, but at least
old school does super glue,
electrical tape, and zip ties, and a big hammer. You're not,
and occasionally masking tape.
Yeah, maybe.
Occasionally.
And
Rare.
a Sharpie. And a Sharpie. Now, whether that Sharpie still works or not, there's most likely at least a dead Sharpie in the toolbox.
It's got to count for something.
I mean, that's like, even the cheapest of cheap mechanics have that. It's kind of just necessity.
Damn, Sean, you just started a new segment and don't even realize it.
What? Things a cheap mechanic has in their toolbox?
What's in the box?
Yeah, something like that. What's the oddest thing in your toolbox that you still have hanging around? Wait a minute, hold it. Is Pilot in here yet?
I haven't
Some
seen
of
him.
his comical answers under the influence of Ice House could scare the hell out of us.
I have a. Does anybody know what a plum is?
A plum?
The fruit?
Plum bob.
It's a weighted pointed device that you hang on the end of a string that literally will point directly down. No matter where you're at, it's always going to point directly down. It's a poor man's level. It's a poor man's level is what it is. But what you use it for is you like hang it from a bolt or somewhere, and you mark the spot on the floor directly underneath of where that bolt is, and then you go to a different point on the car and you hang it there, and it's used so you can measure the distance between 2 points. You can tell if a car is square. You can set up an alignment with that. There's all kinds of things you can use those for.
Cool.
I almost thought that says how's the soup. It's how's the soup, and the soup is absolutely freaking excellent. In fact, I'm having trouble stopping to wanting to talk and I want to stop and eat food.
Tell Miss Chef it's cold because it's only 28 degrees out. It wasn't delivered fast enough.
It's nice and toasty here. Let's see. You should have seen the rigging just to change the U-joints on my Wrangler. Yeah, especially when you're out in the field. That's the other thing. It's just, like, you're not always in a place where it's convenient to use all the correct tools.
Mm-hmm.
If you're out if you're out rock crawling or mudding or whatever, and you're out in the middle of nowhere and your axle breaks, if you didn't bring, and sometimes the tools don't work because the part's that broken. And you gotta think outside.
And I was surprised on the Wrangler how small the U-joints are.
Yeah, the Dodge U-joints aren't that freaking small. I mean, they're about the same size as any other regular U-joint, I would think.
Sure.
But I had
There's another segment. What is the oddest?
Down, Chris, because I'm not going to remember them.
All right, we'll give that to Miss Formey. She's a secretary in the business world. She can keep track of this. What's the oddest field repair you ever did your vehicle to A, get it home, or B, get it to a parts store to buy the part to fix it properly?
Duct tape?
Baling wire and my exhaust on the Nova.
My dad said to do that with a coat hanger in my grandmother's van.
Well, it was supposed to be a temporary fix. It ended up being like that all the way until I changed the engine. And you're going on 8-9 months at that point. It was almost to the point to where it was needed to be inspected again. And at that point, I didn't know what I was going to do because it was the inline 6, and in that year, the exhaust manifold is bolted to the intake, which is a single piece to the head. And what happens is, because you have all the cold air coming in through the intake and the hot air leaving, those bolts there's nothing left of them by the time you try to remove them after they've been on there for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wasn't getting the manifold off of the intake to be able to do anything like on the bench with it. And all 3 of the studs coming out of the collector were snapped off flush with the collector.
Oh.
And it's not like where that collector is easy to get to from underneath the vehicle to be able to drill them out either. So, hence the baling wire. Needless to say, it wasn't doing much for muffling that exhaust in any way, more so just holding the exhaust from dragging on the ground. It sounded like a NASCAR when you were up against the median and going down the highway.
I say probably the strangest one I ever did was years ago. I mean, a good 20 years ago, I had an old 77 Vista Cruiser station wagon, Oldsmobile, full-size wagon.
That 70s show?
Yeah, no, even worse. But now we won tickets to a Hank Williams Jr. concert, so me and a buddy went to the concert when, it is, young, dumb, full of you-know-what, and leaving the concert and showing off. Well, we did a couple of reverse drops showing off for the girls, and we blew the U-joint off the rear end. So dropped the rest of the U-joint off, and there was a guy that worked there at the convention center. We went to the thing that went in the back, says, "Here, this will get you home." He took 2 1-inch bolts that were mounting bolts for the snowplow for their dump truck for plowing the parking lot. So we'll get new pins, and we run a bolt in from each side. Line the U-joint all up with all the straps, run the bolts from each side, and bolted it into one of the nuts in the center. We drove 60 miles home to the parts store to get a U-joint the next day.
Yeah.
Slowest damn trip I ever made in my life.
Thank you, Jason, for the super chat. And beard lives do matter. I hope you didn't cut that off. He was threatening to cut his beard off on Instagram the other day. I had to.
Yes, trailers count.
Voice my opinion on that. By the way, and yeah, that sucks, Alan. He said he was going down to 10 miles an hour down the turnpike because he had death wobble. Yeah, which is something that Jeeps and Dodges both suffer from because he hit the mud too hard. I had a death wobble in the brown truck because I want to say panhard bar, but it's not a panhard bar when it's in the front. I think it's just track bar, maybe. But it goes from the frame down to the one corner of the front axle. The point where it mounts to the frame, that ball joint was so bad you could turn the wheel almost half a turn before it would start engaging the actual wheels. You could just go like this back and forth before it would even move the wheels. Jess drove it like that. I don't know how the hell she did it, but it was like that until we fixed it. But yeah, going down the highway, it kind of sucked like that. But yes, and I see Jesse Williams has joined. We need to find Pilot, man. Pilot is never missing the beginning of the live stream. I want to make sure that he didn't fall into his what is it, lighthouse?
Ice house.
Ice house.
Make sure he didn't fall into his ice house and drowned.
Make sure he didn't fall into his lighthouse.
Yeah, it's his lighthouse. And we're in Massachusetts again. All right, $1,000 points to everybody in the chat. Just for joining us first thing in the live stream. Yes.
Now that'll bring him in.
Huh?
That'll bring him in. He usually misses that first points giveaway.
No. Normally he's the first one in. If he's not here, he misses it. But normally he's the first one leaving a comment in every single one of my videos. He even leaves a comment before we start.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe he got too emotional over our special
Packers losing.
Well, maybe that. Oh, hopefully he's not in bed crying.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Usually, usually he's here. Just like I said, hopefully he's not too overwhelmed by our special announcement last week.
That could be. Still could be floating around on cloud 9.
Yeah, I'm still hunting down a sniper EFI for the TA. I didn't have any time to run the lines up to the hydraulic shop for the truck, so they're still sitting on my front porch. But yeah, we'll get there. Oh, work has been crazy because they're doing licensing. Now, I work for a healthcare place, so every year the state comes in and has to make sure that all your stuff is up to snuff or whatever. So it's in panic mode to make sure everything's the way that the state wants it. All the paperwork's in line and all that stuff. So what do y'all think about the new rules that went into effect on the 18th on YouTube? Actually, I don't even know what. I'm not even positive what the new rules are. I didn't have time to sit down and look at anything. I know I saw that they had an update in my email, but I didn't get a chance to read it fully. But it's going to be another one of those things that they're going to make so many rules that it freaking kills the site anyway, or only makes it usable for big money people probably.
Yeah.
All right, so I already kind of started answering that question for Alan. He said, "What's the update on all of the cars?" Well, we can actually go around the table for that, but we'll start with me. The Novas sitting in the weeds, waiting their turn, basically waiting for me to feel safe enough to pull them into a garage because they won't be leaving the garage. And I don't have a garage of my own, so I'm really reliant on somebody else's generosity when it comes to a garage space. And I've been there before where if somebody said, hey, you can use my garage, you start working on a project, and they're like, well, no, I'm sorry, you got to go. And cars are torn apart, and you know what I mean? And then you're scrambling trying to find them somewhere to go. Trans Am runs, drives, needs fuel system, so either carburetor or fuel injected. I've decided I'm going fuel injected. Sniper EFI is my choice. The problem is finding one right now. I could find them brand new at full price. They're around $1,600 full price. Don't have that kind of money rolling around, so I was looking for a refurbished kit, which is right around $1,000. But finding one right now is I'm not finding any. Truck runs and drives up until I took the transmission cooler lines off of it to go get them replaced. But that's really that, and the just putting it back together. I got to put all the freaking off-road edition stuff back on it. I have to put the front axle, the front drive shaft back in it. Fix the horn, and then that thing. Oh, that, and I got to find. I got to go to the junkyard and pull hard lines for the four-wheel drive for the vacuum system to engage the front locker, because they've gone MIA since the truck's been apart. Could be anything. The place where I have the truck at, they scrap down cars there. So he buys cars, strips them down, or resells them. So it could have ended up in the scrap pile somewhere. Not too upset about that, but so the truck is waiting on me, and the other cars are just they're not necessarily a priority.
Have you thought about doing one of the cable conversions on that, where you can eliminate the vacuum and it'll be fully in when you pull it out, to lock it in and out?
They have. I wouldn't use. They have the cable ones. They also have an electric actuator. We'll see when we get to that point. I guess it would depend on how heavy of off-roading I wanted to do, Because, I mean, for street use, it doesn't really make sense to do that. But if I'm going to be rock crawling and freaking mud bogging with that thing all the time, then yeah, it would make sense because those vacuum lines can get brittle.
Yeah.
So, but for right now, it did just fine. I didn't have them break on that truck. Let's see. Let me follow the comments here. If you don't meet the 1,000, 4,000 hour threshold, they can now put ads on your... Camaro Time, I hate to tell you that. They've been doing that since day one. You just didn't get to claim any of the ads until you reached above it. I mean, that's nothing new.
Yeah, now it doesn't matter. Even if you hit that threshold, you don't get the back pay of anything. You don't get it.
You never did.
Yeah.
You never did.
And you don't get to choose what ads go on your videos. You don't get to choose where in the videos the ads hit.
Nope.
It's just they put them where they want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they've been doing that. They've been doing that since, forever. If you've ever watched your video, if you've ever seen somebody hasn't hit there's ads in their videos, there's always has been. Because, they still need to make money.
It was supposed to only be for the people who had accepted the agreement, waiting on themselves to get paid, not for people who hadn't accepted the agreement.
They've always done it. Every single video on YouTube has been able to be monetized.
That's what they put out. And I don't, for people, especially like a private video that you just let your friends see, they could still put ads on it now.
Yeah, so that's different. It was a public videos were what they were before. But yeah, they've always done that. They've always done ads on videos, even if you're not a monetized channel, because the only reason that they weren't paying you is because it doesn't make sense for them to write out and keep track of freaking monetization for channels that may take 7-8 years to reach $100 to be able to be paid out.
Especially people with the private videos and stuff, they're obviously not trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Or to do it for that anyway.
I don't know. I've had ads on my... Well, then again, I've had ads on my videos for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Alan. Definitely want to take the truck out mudding. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that... I mean, you don't have 33-inch by 12.5-inch mud tires on a truck because, well, unless you're a squat boy, because you want to take it to the mall.
Well, not all squat. You could not have it squatted and still have that. Pavement princess.
Fun.
Down here, they call that the Tennessee tilt.
I don't care. It's stupid.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else is sitting here trying to get the truck to be level, and these guys are sitting here trying to, I don't know.
Squat the rear end so they can't see over the hood.
You know what? They've been doing that with freaking busted down cars in the city for as long as I can remember. It's called blown shocks.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many 80s Cadillacs and freaking, Oldsmobile Cutlasses and stuff you see from the 80s and early 90s where the back end is dragging on the ground because the shocks are so blown out they're sticking up through the floor.
I want to buy this Cybertruck and do that to it.
Oh my god. I've never been to Concrete City, Alan. The most mudding I've done is just mud puddle things that I find around, taking back roads and stuff. I've never actually seriously taken any of my trucks. I did have an 89 Jeep, but at that point, it was still a daily. It had street tires on it, no mud tires on it. And the green truck we had up to, we had that one up to, my brain's not working as usual. The ghost town. Come on, brain.
Centralia. Yeah, we had the green truck up to Centralia, climbed the dunes that were blocking the abandoned road. We had the truck all the way up into the back, the back roads up behind the town that's all overgrown. I drove it all the way up on top of a ridge that overlooked the whole town. That's actually where I blew a U-joint. I blew the driver's side front U-joint up there that day. Yeah, that was a nice grindy, crunchy noise. Ew.
Ain't got to worry about none of that no more.
Yeah. Let's see. Trying to go through the comments here. Besides Streamlabs apparently freaking completely spamming the crap out of my freaking... Like, we went from Streamlabs never freaking being able to post or be active in my live stream, so now they're just like... Every other post is a Streamlabs comment. I gotta change that again. I ended up making them shorter intervals because of the fact that they weren't showing up, and now they're just spamming the crap out of chat. Oh, is everybody ready for Thanksgiving this week? You guys, if you guys celebrate it, not everybody does.
Alrighty. We celebrate it, but this one will be pretty small for us.
Yeah. We had a mini family one on Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna do a at home one because I haven't found people that make the stuff that I like in our area. Like every place that I go to, like we had one for work, our area meeting, which is like all of us supervisors from the different homes that are in my area. We all get together and have a meeting to go over different things that are passed down from upper management down to our boss, and then our boss passes it down to us. Mm-hmm. We had a Thanksgiving dinner for our last area meeting. Mm-hmm. But again, it's like I like the candied yams with the butter, brown sugar sauce, and
marshmallow on top.
No, I don't do the marshmallows. I mean, I love marshmallows, but I don't like marshmallows on my candied yams. Never have. Okay. I do a little bit of
And do you do yams or sweet potatoes?
It's yams. It's the Bruce's yams.
Oh, you get the canned stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's easier. Mashed potatoes, corn, maybe green bean casserole.
All the basic stuff, man.
Yeah, regular stuff. But like everybody up here, they do the potato stuffing.
I don't even know what that is.
It's I guess it's a Pennsylvania Dutch thing. I don't know. I'd never heard of it until I came up and met my ex. She's the first one that introduced me to potato stuffing. I don't like it. It's just my personal taste. Don't like it.
Made with potatoes instead of bread?
Huh?
Is it made with potatoes instead of bread?
I'm not sure exactly how it's made. I don't even know. Oh, apparently I have to make it for Jess for Thursday. So okay. I guess I'll figure out how to make it. Now there's a pie that we used to always have for Thanksgiving, and I don't have it now because I lost it in my cookbook that I lost. But it is a peaches and cream pie. It's really good. Like the base, the what you would call the crust, which is actually just the first layer, the bottom layer, is made from pudding.
Well,
it's but it comes out like a bread. And then the filling is cream cheese and a little bit of peach juice, and some other stuff mixed in, and then you lay the peaches on top of that, like lay them flat, like the sliced peaches. You just lay them in a circle around it, and then you cover it with cinnamon sugar, and then you put it in the oven, and then the peaches will actually sink a little bit down into the cream cheese, and the cream cheese will get all like solid. Not like super solid, but like more solid, but still like liquidy. And then it's best like the day or two after, once that filling starts like soaking into the pudding bread. Oh, it's so good. But I don't have the recipe, and that's one of my favorite things to make. Did you guys see my post I posted on Instagram?
Negative.
It's literally an LSX engine sitting on the freaking center.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now I don't have credit. I did not make that. It's something I found, but still, it was epic. It was in my memories for today, so I was like, I might as well share this now because I probably won't share anything on Thanksgiving because I don't tend to be on social media on the holidays. You're busy doing other things, and I figure other people are probably doing the same thing, so. Like, you can share it right on Thanksgiving, like a lot of people do, but how many people are going to see it?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's like I got a video on my YouTube that's me making a turkey in the air fryer, and always right before Thanksgiving it does well. So, but not after. It's like maybe I should do one on what to do with leftover turkey.
Jesse's asking if we have a Discord server. Yes, we have a Discord server. I might have to update the link.
Sandwiches.
Does that link go bad after a while, or?
There's more to do that you can do besides just sandwiches.
For what? Afterwards?
Yeah, for
I told you, I make turkey soup afterwards.
Turkey spaghetti.
Turkey salad.
I don't do turkey spaghetti.
Turkey tacos. Do all kind of stuff.
All right. Biggie, this would probably
jerky.
be more your cup of tea. Where do I find the link to the Discord? That's loud. Jess is playing 7 Days to Die.
Hang on, let's start up.
I played that game for hours the other day.
No, I don't
it's easily.
Us.
Huh?
I have a. I don't know. If this is yeah. This link expires in 1 day. I can do a quick link, but I can't do a permanent link apparently. Here's at least just a quick link. But yeah, I do want to take that. Like, I just reread the thing from Alan. I do want to take the truck off-roading. I mean, it's kind of the point of having the off-road edition.
Yeah.
You just got to put all the skid plates back on it. And that thing ain't gonna be nowhere near as nimble as your Jeep. Freaking thing's heavy.
You know that thing's a pavement princess. Come on now.
What? Mine?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't seen one video on your
thing.
YouTube.
I went playing in the dirt and the mud with that thing less than a week after I have it. I have pictures on my Instagram of
Should have put the video on YouTube, man. Now it's not real.
I didn't really actually take a whole lot of video of that truck when I first got it. I have the video of putting the wheels on it. I have the video of taking the exhaust and putting the Flowmaster exhaust on it. But it was basically a daily driver, so it was me basically not. And again, I didn't have GoPros and stuff then. Because that was that time period after I left my ex, before I got the GoPros. I didn't get until like a year or so ago. So like, I mean, I'm not hanging my phone out the window while I'm slinging mud. I mean, that's kind of asinine.
Yeah, you're just asking for trouble.
So like, and where I was doing it isn't somewhere I can necessarily have sat down a tripod. Because it's normally like I'm in the middle of going from point A to point B. Hey, let's take this shortcut. I know there's a giant mud puddle on the way there. There was a really big mud puddle on my way to go get my one son. And every time it rained, I knew that sucker was going to be like 1.5 feet deep. And it's that clay, so it would have been that light brown and really like soupy. And I would take that back road just because I knew that mud puddle would be there.
Mm-hmm.
And it technically was shorter. It wasn't necessarily a legit paved road. It was a stone road. It was like a stone and dirt, like farm road. So yeah, I would take it because, hey, it was fun. Throw that sucker into 4-wheel drive, climb that freaking hill, because there was the mud puddle was down at the bottom of the hill, and then right after the mud puddle, it just went straight up through the trees and stuff, and it would pop out onto the highway. But yeah, so like, did I actually take it to like a serious off-road event? No. But if I could find a chance to play with it somewhere, yeah, I did. There's this one dirt spot off the side of one of the highways that a lot of the tractor trailers used to pull off at. The problem is it rained real bad the one time, and it ended up with these really big, just like wallowed out, dished out spots, and they would fill with water. And I went down through them, and I had my ex in the car, and I told her, put your seatbelt on. She didn't listen. Went down through them. She ended up in the back seat of the truck. And stuff that was in the back seat ended up in the front seat. The tires, I had the tires strapped down up against the back side of the bed, like up against the back window.
Yeah.
They all came out and were all over the bed of the truck.
Oh my God. I was going to say, do those end up in the front seat too?
No, but they just got near dimmed up outside of the bed. Had to go back out, freaking stack them all up and ratchet strap them all back down again.
Nice.
That was funny. And she just looked at me like, I was like, I warned you. I said, you didn't believe me. She's like, oh, I got this. And no, she didn't have it. That was funny. Jesse went into an off-road adventure last week. I think a drone. Yeah, you know what? I've wanted a drone for a while, but they're expensive. At least a decent one. Like one that would follow you would be. I found that they tend to be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a cheap drone. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can get a drone for under $100.
Yeah, I had a nice drone. I paid more than that for it, but
Right.
I got it stuck in a tree that was too tall for my tallest ladder, so I just
Left it there.
won't buy another one.
I had a helicopter. I don't know where it's at. I think it's downstairs.
This one was
I flew
real
it
nice.
twice.
It had 6 rotors.
Yeah,
it was
$100.
nice.
It was $100 freaking nice helicopter. This was before drones were popular. And we flew it up, and the wind caught it. It came up above a certain height, and then the wind just caught it and threw it straight into the side of a tree, and it came down and broke the tail shaft. And finding parts for that thing was damn near impossible. This is one of those ones where you find it like in the center section of malls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those RC little kiosks and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was
right next to Sunglasses kiosk.
Yeah, it was a really nice helicopter. It was, but it's just I didn't have really good experience with flying helicopters. Anybody that's driven a drone versus a helicopter knows the helicopters are freaking hard.
And drones aren't easy, but
well, I mean, a lot of the nicer drones, they have a lot of assists.
Yeah, my friend's got a couple, and they got assist. They got like a slow mo that only lets you tilt it so far, so it goes like 2 miles an hour tops.
Yeah. Well, the one Jesse's talking about, the Mavic, there's that has a lot of assists. In fact, even you don't even have to fly it at all. You can tell it to go to a certain point, and it'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to fly it. You tell it to come home, it comes home. I mean, it lands itself. It takes off itself.
Yeah, one of my friends, he's got like 4 drones, and one of them does that. It can take off by itself. It can land by itself. He can point on his iPad, go here, there, and there, and it'll just do all that.
Mm-hmm. So I mean,
Pilot update.
Oh, you got a message from Pilot?
Pilot update. He will be landing soon. He's a moderator for a Key West karaoke channel on YouTube.
Oh, we've been
of course he is.
I'm always being ditched for another channel.
I mean, could you pass up being a moderator for one of them?
Well, I mean, look how many moderators. You see how many blue names are in my live chat right now?
Most of them.
Mm-hmm. As far as I'm concerned, if you're here regularly and you support the live stream, and you obviously know what is appropriate content and what isn't, and you're here all the time, I don't see why you shouldn't be a moderator of the channel that you follow, because if anybody's going to make sure that channel isn't being taken advantage of and that the chat isn't going nuts, it's the people that are dedicated that are here all the time. So I don't have to have it specifically for certain people. Plus, also the more people that I have that are moderators that are here, if I have somebody who's not here, you know what I mean? It's not like then I don't have a moderator. Because like I say, if I only had Cletus as a moderator, and Cletus had something else he had to do that weekend, well, now I'm without a moderator. No moderators. Because, I have to be all exclusive or whatever. No. If you know the rules and you know what needs to be done, there's no reason why you can't be a moderator and make sure that everybody else is keeping their toes in line.
I don't know how much moderating I've been doing, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is you have the ability, like, say somebody types something that for us would be no big deal, but YouTube is like, hey, we might need to flag this. And it does that thing of show or hide. Anybody that's a blue name can click show or hide, and most people in here know what's appropriate and what's not. There's a difference between saying, I broke that, that fucking part, or that, that part's a piece of shit, versus somebody literally just being vulgar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And most of this came about because right when I was trying to get to 1,000 subs, we had a whole bunch of trolls that showed up and were just trolling the live stream just about every single week. I mean, it was bad. So,
yeah, one week we had the FIB, CIA, DEA, USDA.
Oh my god, we had so many freaking trolls. And at that point, I was the only person that was a moderator. I was the only person, and I'm sitting here trying to run the live stream plus freaking do damage control, and it was stupid. I should be able to sit up here and interact with chat and talk with all of you guys and run the show without having to sit here and literally babysit the chat. You know, that's why you have moderators.
Sean was switching to create a troll award. They were getting pretty inventive.
Oh my god, yes they were. They were definitely getting pretty creative. I mean, you couldn't shut one down before another one was popping in. And they had like a whole freaking storyline and everything. Never seen a blue person. Did anybody catch the Cletus race?
2.4 hours.
Yeah, that shit was fun. I mean, I didn't pay for it, and they haven't released the whole race in its entirety yet. But just watching the other YouTubers that were there, because like I watch Vice Grip Garage, I watch Demolition Ranch, I watch Amelia Hartford, I watch, all of the ones that are there with Cletus, all the ones that are normally around him that were there. I think was TJ Hunt was there. There was a bunch of them there.
Yeah.
But that shit was fun. They were beating the crap out of each other. Then you had the monster truck that rolled over and flipped into his pond.
Yeah, JH's truck.
Yeah, JH has it's like a mini monster truck. I mean, it's a full-size monster truck, but he doesn't have the big, wide, fatty tires on it. He just has the tall, skinny tractor tires.
Yeah.
But he went and reversed over top of like a little mini, like not a minivan, but like a minivan.
It was like a little Japanese thing.
Yeah, a little tiny, like
like a K car.
Yeah, I don't know. It was tiny. But he backed over it, and it was right.
It took that truck right over.
Right. It was right on the bank of the pond, and when he goosed it, it just gave it just enough rotation, and over it went, and straight into the pond. I mean, it rolled over and played dead.
Yep.
Did you watch them? Cletus hasn't had it on his channel of pulling it out because he wasn't there. But I found somebody had taken video of them pulling it out, and they were in the process of fixing it. The body's pretty smashed up, but the engine turns over. They've had to replace the computer so far because it was waterlogged. They're probably gonna have to replace some more electronic parts, but it cranks over. It's got fuel and it's got the glow plugs work, so it's just a matter of finding what's not working. Because it won't fire, but it rolls over and it's got fuel, so something's not working.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. I can't wait to see what he does with that thing now, because it's not pretty anymore. So now you can just beat the snot out of it. It's like it's like a nice race car. Once you get that first ding or scratch, then you don't care about holding back anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they cost so much to fix. Ugh.
I don't think he paid a whole lot for that truck. I mean, he paid a lot for it, but I don't think it was secondhand. He didn't build it.
Yeah.
And like I said, as long as it works and you're just replacing the stuff that breaks, it costs more to build it than it does to maintain it. All right, let's go. First section. What's in the cup? Cletus, you're first.
Well, mine's empty, actually. It was water.
I waited too long. All right, Elliot, what do you got?
I got nothing either.
And you're empty?
Yeah, I just came back from the store before you started this, so I got stuff in the fridge chilling.
I actually have my main drink of choice is chilling in the fridge because I forgot to throw it in the fridge earlier.
Oof.
It's okay. I'll go down and go get it. I bought myself something special.
What
do you got there, Chris?
Ours is shortless tonight. We got a cup of coffee and water. And if Paul had been in here, this would have been the time I could have held up an empty can of Ice House from the other night when I was laid over that I had with dinner.
All right. Well, there you guys go. There's your clue. What is in my cup? What are you guys drinking on out there in the chat? Again, does not need to be alcoholic. Just what is your beverage of choice tonight? So yeah, I actually went and bought a mixed pack of Angry Orchard, which that's a clue. This is not Angry Orchard, which is in my glass right now, but it has the unfiltered, it has the rose, and then it has the original. Miss Formia is drinking a nice glass of H2O. There's a nerd meme using H2O and water signs. What
I think I know what you mean. It's two guys go to a bar. One guy's like, "Hey, can you give me some H2O?" And the other guy's like, "I'll take some H2O too." H2O2 being the formula for, I think it's sulfuric acid. I think.
I don't know that one. That's not actually the one it was. It was just it's a picture meme, and it's from before memes were called memes. So this was a picture cartoon. And it's a wet floor sign, and it has the molecule symbol for H2O.
Oh.
And on the floor are little actual like visual.
I think I
little tiny water molecules are on the floor instead of a puddle. It's funny. To me, it's funny.
I saw one where someone took a picture of their chemistry teacher like tripping over acid, like they had a bottle of acid, and the teacher made it look like they were tripping over it.
Yeah, tripping on acid.
Yeah.
There's another one. It's a Batman. The theme song for Batman.
Yeah.
Done out in chemical symbols.
Oh, so it's just sodium over and over and over and over.
Like Na.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Funny. So funny.
Hey, I'm allowed to be a little nerdy. My God. Why do noodles never work on a spoon?
Why are you trying to eat soup with a spoon?
Because I want the soup too.
Well, try a shovel.
There you go.
Just got like a garden trowel.
No, I'll just do what my kid does. Oh my God! I walked into the kitchen, and my kid had a bowl of I make like a jambalaya.
Yeah.
And I walk out into the kitchen, and I gave him a fork and a spoon. What's he doing? Face first in the bowl.
Well, yeah.
It's so much easier to just like shove your whole face in the bowl and eat than to actually have to use your utensils. Like, Luca, what the hell are you doing? Not that I didn't completely understand what he was doing the second I saw him, but it's not appropriate table behavior.
Depends on what kind of table you're at.
Oh, he finger fooded the chicken soup today? He finger fooded the chicken noodle. Well, them noodles, they're freaking frustrating. I'm about ready to just, pick my noodles up with my fingers, man.
No, that's where you gotta like MLG level chopstick that.
Oh, there you go. I was doing that the other day at the Chinese restaurant, just chopsticking away. Actually, no, that was home. Because we were. I don't know if eating at a Chinese restaurant is a thing anymore.
Well, I mean, eating at a restaurant isn't much of a thing anymore. So
it's not too bad up here. I mean, we go to Applebee's all the time. It's just they half the seats are missing. Every other seat, there's nobody sitting there. So
yeah.
But yeah, we a lot of our restaurants, at least until shit gets bad again, we were doing okay up here. They also had seating outside if you wanted to sit, for additional seating, so that way they could still get their occupancy. But now it's cold, so there is no outside seating.
Yeah.
Which means it might actually be harder to get a seat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's this one restaurant up in Allentown that Jess likes that we haven't gone to since all this shit started. It's her favorite. It's a hibachi / buffet.
Yeah.
But it's not like the cheapy, janky ones. This one's like a really like nice one.
Yeah.
And she used to go up there all the time because she likes the hibachi. She likes to actually go up and have her food cooked fresh right in front of her. And we haven't gone up because we're not sure if we're going to like it's one of those things, driving all the way out there to find out that the way that they're doing it now because of COVID isn't the experience that she's looking for.
Yeah.
You know, and that just sucks. And to know that it's just going to get worse here in the next couple of weeks.
Washington, Oregon already did midweek last week. They're shut down completely.
Yeah, well, they saw something that Governor Wolf here in PA was going to start making you wear masks in your own home. Like, really?
Why? That's pointless.
Because if you were to have somebody over to your house that wasn't part of your household, that they were going to make you wear a mask. Like, how are you going to enforce that? How are you going to enforce that to begin with? What are you going to do? Come freaking watch my house to make sure I don't have a guest over that's not wearing masks?
It's going to be like the honor system, like, you know, like your neighbor Karen is just going to call the cops, be like, yeah, he's got people over and they're not wearing a mask in his own home.
There was people that were doing that. Like, say, like, you had a get-together with your friends in your backyard or whatever. There was reports of people calling the cops saying that their neighbors are having a party.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, what, Chris?
Honey!
What?
Oh, no, I'm just thinking, great idea. If they're going to have people doing that, I need to take every darn vehicle we got at the house and park them in the front yard so the cops get called. I mean, hell, someone called the cops when we were mowing the yard when we come back from vacation when her niece got married. Yeah, there's someone moving trailers of cars and stuff around, parking them by the edge of the road and mowing the yard. You know, the cops show up. You know, we had the house wide open. I'm all riding around on a tractor and she's running a push mower. Like, yeah, your neighbors are concerned about what's going on. Well, why didn't they get off their lazy ass and walk over here and ask? I mean, obviously, it's our vehicles moving everything around. What are they, that stupid? Or that scared?
Probably
a little bit of both. People just need to learn to mind their own. Like, keep your nose on your side of the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have a fence, just pine trees.
Well, apparently...
She loves her pine trees. I mean...
The fence was assumed.
Yeah, I said our pine trees, man. I mean, the only way you can see the house is if you're standing in the backyard or you're standing in the road because the whole front of the yard's open. But the pine trees surround the other three sides. I mean, hell, there's only 63 of them in the yard. That's not counting the other indigenous trees that are there. She loves her blue spruce. Just ask her.
Spruces.
But we got 63 of them in the yard they're every bit of probably 20 feet around on the base, you know, with the branches, because they've never been trimmed, so the branches go all the way to the ground, and they're probably
is
20 foot around.
Chris, Miss Formey is interjecting with a correction. She's saying 60.
Well, she hasn't walked around the yard lately to see the new baby ones that are growing in under amongst the other ones.
I used to have one every year for a Christmas tree, but we haven't had an actual Christmas tree.
Watch. She'll come back with, "Oh, great," as if we don't have enough.
Yeah, something like that.
My Nana used to take the Christmas tree every year and plant it in the backyard. So we had a little forest into one corner of her yard of old Christmas trees.
That's what we used to do. Once Christmas is over, you cut the bottom 6 inches of the branches off and leave about a 2 to 3 inch stick, and then cut the bottom of the trunk off so it's not a thing. You dig a hole and bury it in the hole, and then the branches that you cut off become the new root system. And throw some miracle growing water to it, and you can regrow your pine tree in your backyard. You don't have to throw it away. You spend $40 for a damn tree. Why throw it away if you can grow it? And if it's for a kid's first Christmas, we used to have them when we were a year old. That's what my parents did with the one for me and my sister, and they were there the whole time growing up. I mean, up until probably
Chris,
3 or 4 years ago.
Chris, you get like 30,000 points. You hit that nail right on the
30,000 points for what?
Read your wife's comment if you can.
Yeah, I told you. See, I know her. I knew she was going to say, because she hasn't walked around the yard lately. She hasn't been feeling that good with all the crap that she had going on.
Yeah.
So last time I mowed the whole yard down, I said, that's just like the picture I sent you in the middle of summer.
Miss Formie, keep it up. You're gonna YouTube might freaking flag you for spam with freaking using the exclamation point.
Yeah.
They will do that too if you use like an emoji over too much.
She's just wanting some points too.
Huh?
She's just wanting a bunch of points too.
She's been talking about what to do with the 2 birch or aspen that are in the front yard dying. That they got the nice stone circle with the outdoor lighting for dark. I figure I'm gonna dig them up, move them out. I'd go get these new pine trees that are growing and replant them in the circle and let them grow.
See, I'm gonna have to.
This will get her going.
Stop giving away points. I'm gonna have to stop giving away points when people win things or whatever, and just start taking points away from Cletus. That way, that's just where I'm gonna have to do it because it's more fair that way.
That's like the picture I sent you this early summer when I told you, you and Jess come on out. You can pick all you want because it's growing in the side yard. Then I went and mowed down the 6-foot tall plants that were growing rather well. They were polluted because
after that.
The area we're in, they used to grow it. It used to grow because they went and used it to make rope.
Right.
Well, now it grows, like nothing. You go down in the back up part of our yard and in the spring, and you can sit there and count. There's probably.
Till Karen calls the cops.
I bet there's 100 of them growing in that little section.
Till Karen calls the cops on you.
Cops can come out all they want. Ain't nothing they can do about it with the growing there. I didn't plant it. It was native to the area where they used to farm it. They know it's there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not cutting down and drying it, right?
That's right. As long as it's not hanging drying, ain't nothing they can do to you. Officer, what's the problem? It's weeds. Literally.
So
it has a very aromatic smell when you're mowing it down.
I just remembered seeing this. I saw Cletus. You had your little ones out to a 4-wheel drive event the other day.
No, that's actually just an old video from Facebook. We
the pictures. It was
yeah. My kids are much older and bigger than that now. My son's pretty much my size now. So, but no, that was the Raminator, whatever, came to the local Dodge dealership. So
yeah, I just saw those the other day. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I reshared them. Came up in my memories. So
no, okay. I'm on social media as much as people would think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kind of guess when you do this for a hobby or whatever, social media kind of just isn't something you just want to sit there and scroll through because it's just like, with how many people that I follow with being YouTube and networking for YouTube, it's just all the stuff ends up blending together with a whole bunch of stuff. It's not necessarily directed at your interests anymore at that point.
Sure.
Because you're doing so much.
It's like going to the doctor's office, waiting for your appointment, and the only thing they got on the stupid table beside you is either a Reader's Digest or Cosmopolitan.
Or they'll have the freaking Road and Track or something that like, give me a Hot Rod magazine or something, not some freaking. I don't want to see about the BMWs and the Porsches.
Yeah,
and, give me something that's actually relatable.
Give us a real car book.
Yeah, exactly. Give me something relatable.
Give us a real car book.
But they'll always have like
the
Hemmings or the Road and Track or something like that.
But y'all don't drive that car to its potential to get a real review of it. So what the hell are you wasting your time with?
Yeah, exactly. You drive it like you would on a highway around a freaking racetrack. But I mean, or they'll have sports magazines, and granted, yeah, that probably floats the boats of most men that go to there. But I'm not into sports, so those magazines have absolutely no value to me whatsoever.
Not. Wait a minute. There is one.
Which one?
Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
They don't. that's kind of like watching the junior leagues. I'm not even talking college football, but it's just it's not hardcore enough. I don't think. Oh. Can't get rid of the crap. Is the chat slow today, or what?
Well, you just missing Pilot, I think.
Huh? No,
not missing Pilot. He's usually chatting.
Not in people responding. Just I'm not sure if I was talking about just unless I'm just not noticing the comments until later.
Oh, I got you.
Like lagging behind what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because I try to keep it as quick. I try to keep the latency as low as possible, so that way it's the minimal amount of time from the time that I say something to the time that people can respond. Because that keeps the chat more relevant to what we're talking about, especially if we're flip flopping topics like freaking every other sentence.
Right.
Known to do.
Yes, the chat is behind.
How far?
Well, I'm just thinking, Miss Foreman commented up here earlier in the show, Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah.
All these trees that she's complaining about are blue spruces.
Yeah,
what the hell? That's like a double standard.
Lives matter, man.
Yeah.
I think
like
that
a double standard,
actually,
right?
I think she was actually responding to the blue wrench names. Which, I mean, if you look at my chat, it looks like, that's just a normal thing that everybody's names are blue. But no. Just most of the people that are in the chat are people that are always here and
they're moderators.
Yeah. We have moderators moderating moderators.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's nobody else here there's not normally anybody in the chat to moderate. But we used to. I mean, like, this stream used to have 50 to 60 people in the comments at one time. But, we kind of simmered down to our core people, which I appreciate you guys being here every week. It makes this live stream fun to do. So shout out to you guys. In fact, anybody notice? It's 10 o'clock.
It's actually a little after 10, but...
Yes. Well, I don't always do the points right at 10. So do them a little bit after 10.
Top of the hour points race.
Exactly. So, we'll get this on in here. We're just going to give out, like, freaking... a lot.
It's holiday week.
There we go. 20,000 points.
Good Lord.
It's a holiday week. He's giving thanks.
It's only because I know that Cletus hasn't said anything in like a couple minutes.
It hasn't been that long. Come on now, I've said something.
Yeah, it was a good bit ago. That was back when we were talking about the freaking moderators. It was a while ago.
We'll see.
I'll say.
Yes, we will.
So I'm playing sneaky. What was it before?
I still have 18,000.
Yeah, I think mine are about the same.
Yeah, I don't think it updated yet.
Yeah, probably not. Streamlabs just yell at me.
Yes, just yell at me.
No, you just sit there for 1 second and think about what you've done.
Well, that's like when we used to play the chat games, and like if we did them too often.
I forget those are a thing.
Why am I hearing myself?
Reasons.
Apparently. Let's see. Where are they? Defaults.
I like how you just gave yourself 250,000 points.
Well, I did give her a shit ton of points. We gave somebody a shit ton of points. That's okay. Points don't matter anyway. Let's see. Where is it? Exclamation point heist. Let's do that one.
You need to have those on like the
I was
thing.
supposed to do a whiteboard, and I never got around to doing it. And then when there was nobody in here all the time anyway, it's just... let's see. I think I'm actually supposed to put a number after that.
I think you are too.
Yeah. is. Let's try this. Heist 100. I think that's it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if I know how to do it anymore. You got an 8-ball. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. So yeah, you got to type in exclamation point heist and then the amount you want to wager.
Good Lord, Chris.
He's just trying to catch up to Cletus there. Does he have 2,000 to freaking to do that with?
Oh, well, we're about to find. Yeah, he does. He's got like 10,000.
Oh yeah. Miss Formy's doing 5,000. Cletus is doing 3,000. Oh man, we're just gonna freaking kill it. I got my measly 100.
I know, right? I'm glad I ended up to 200. Everyone else is going 2, 3, 5 grand.
Why do I feel like we're playing Texas Hold'em?
Yeah, they have that too. They have gamble.
I'm all in.
He's just gonna do something to keep up.
Pull out some blackjack shit. Go freaking. What is it, blackjack? 3-2.
All right, Chris. What's in the truck?
Oh, the usual 33-degree chilled boxes of favorite recipe makings.
Clams. Oh yeah, cheese.
Clams.
And we're headed east. We're headed east.
So we're talking clams.
No, we're headed east.
Apples.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's when you're heading west, you have the clams.
Yep. Except for the last trip.
So when you head east, you're just accelerating through time. Oh. Poisonous Frog sends a crew of pirates and raiders check their flintlocks and sharpen their cutlasses as they disembark from the Black Heart Island. Poisonous Frog sends half the crew to Davy Jones's locker. The rest escape with a handful of plunder and tale of plenty.
The emphasis on the handful.
Yeah, it's only one of us. God damn.
Yeah, it says half, but it should have been.
Yeah,
you me, Chris.
We all died.
It didn't even acknowledge, like, Miss Formy, Cletus, Chris. Just acknowledged you and me.
Oh.
Maybe we didn't do it right.
No, it looks like you guys did.
That was not half the crank. Yeah, the crank ate them all.
You guys spelled heist right. I don't know why it didn't work.
Did you put a space in there somewhere wrong?
It doesn't look like it.
Let me refresh and see if you guys lost any points.
Now, do you put a space in after I height the exclamation heist or?
Yeah, exclamation
point. You guys didn't lose any points, space. So it's not like you guys actually wagered points. So yeah, it was just me and.
Yeah, so now you guys get to gamble.
Get some free points, I guess.
Well, yeah, he got points. I lost points, but that's okay.
I should have just gone all in.
But... you would have won. You would have just doubled your points.
And then I would have had 36,000 points, something like that, and put me just ahead of Pilot.
I don't know if it'll let me do it again.
Probably not so soon.
I thought about it.
See if it'll let me do it again. Might be a cooldown.
Streamlabs is going to be like, whoa, dude, really?
It yelled at me. Down 170 seconds, so another 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's 3.
By the way, that's
a lot of points you're putting up there.
There is a guy with a gorgeous beard as the stream boss this week. Did you notice that there, Cletus?
Yeah, I told him that when he took it over. I said, "What are you doing?" That was the first part of the chat there.
I didn't see that.
I noticed it.
I see that. You'll be knocking me off the chat, boss.
Yeah.
He did. He just done and booted you right off.
That's all right. I'll have to plan to take it back.
Canadian.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know how much that is in American.
I think that should be about $4.
It's pretty much about the same. They're not too far off of our dollar.
Ha! It's $4.20.
There you go.
There, so 5.5 Maple Leaves is worth about 4 Bald Eagles.
Speaking of donating, there's Streamlabs spamming. I swear it listens to me. I just mentioned something and then boop, there it goes. Oh.
How much money is that? And Streamlabs is like, money.
Donate. No, what we need to do is we need to get the T-shirts out there, man. I'd like to see some people wearing NOVAtazz T-shirts. That'd be freaking awesome. I mean, I've had people buy them, but I don't get to see. Obviously they're wearing them, possibly wherever they're at, but I don't get to see it. I mean, I actually even need to buy new ones of my merch. I haven't bought anything in a little while. The last thing I bought was the truck stuff when I first brought that out. Mm-hmm. I also need to go through and edit some new ones.
I'm still working on my merch. I put the little link to the junk ones I have, but I don't think anybody's going to buy them because they don't look good. So,
well, did you want? You might want to talk to me later about maybe helping you create some new ones. All right. Something you might want to do. I'm looking at trying to get into the digital drawing, so I just have to get the programs that I want.
Yeah. Well, the wife's working on it now, so she's better than I am, I'm sure.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm not going to knock the wife.
That's what she does.
See, that's one of the things, like, even if you're good at whatever your content is in YouTube, everything else that goes with it, like not everybody's a good producer. Not everybody's a good marketing person. Not everybody's a good video editor or audio engineer, or just even like when you start getting really into it, the color grading, the shirt designers, the logo designers, all of that stuff that goes into this. See, now look, I swear, it's listening to me.
Oh my god.
Creepy.
FIB.
Literally start talking about merch, and what's it do? Merch,
everywhere.
Here it is. By the way, click that link. It'll take you to what merch I have.
He's found some way to link his Alexa with an alias so that it's doing this in the live stream.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. But yeah, I mean, I plan on pulling the stuff down off of there. I don't even know if I don't know if I want to try some different places. Now, I was kind of hoping by now that there would be maybe a little bit more of a consistency with people visiting Teespring and all of that stuff, that I could, if there was a consistent flow of people wanting stuff, then I could actually take it to an actual like printing service. Like Demolition Rants has his bunker branding.
Yeah.
What the problem with stuff like that is you have to buy so much of that merch outright. And it doesn't make much sense financially for me to go out and spend. I mean, because the thing is you can't just have a couple of each size.
No, you got to have like hundreds of each.
Right, and that gets expensive. And you don't make any money until you obviously have paid the amount that it costs you to print the stuff.
Yeah,
and you see that with a lot of YouTubers. They'll go out and they'll go buy 100, 200, 300 shirts. And then they're sitting on these shirts in boxes, and they're literally giving them away because they don't have the interest for people to buy them. But yet there is enough people to buy them that make you think that there is that interest. Because when I started making these shirt designs, there was a lot of interest. not nearly as much in actually buying it as it was, the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
I had that whole poll with the one shirt of where I had the two different designs, and I'm like, which one, it was two Firebird and flag designs, and it was like, which flag which design did you like better? It was pretty unanimous. It was this one. I haven't sold a single one of those shirts. Out of all of them people that voted, not a single one even bought a shirt.
Oof.
But I mean, it to me, it's not really. It's just my time and effort in creating the design. At least I'm not out all of that money actually printing those shirts. Because the Teespring, which is the company that I use, they only print the amount that are ordered.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you, I mean, their quality's decent, but I've seen better. And
go ahead, make my night.
So the problem is again, the better ones are the ones where they're not printing on demand. They're running off 100 or so shirts in a shot.
Yeah.
Because they're actually using a silkscreen, and whereas Teespring uses a digital printer. They use a silkscreen printer instead of a silkscreening process. So there's a difference.
Is that an Xbox I just heard?
I think so. I can't believe you heard that. That was all the way downstairs.
That was your.
I heard it as well, actually.
Huh?
I heard it as well.
Yeah, I was watching YouTube before I came up here, and my kid was watching the stuff that I was watching, so I just left it on. And I guess when Jess came up here, she didn't shut it off, and somebody apparently either just signed on or signed off.
What does it tell you when people sign off?
Well, I stopped the stuff from playing.
Right, but it's still on because somebody just logged in. Oh, not that it's a big deal. It's just, mainly what I use my Xbox for right now is just Netflix and YouTube, and because any of the video gaming I'm doing up here because I can play my Xbox games up here on a computer, and the computer runs the games a lot better than the Xbox can.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I never ran 60 frames a second playing Forza on the Xbox. I think that only runs 30 frames a second, doesn't it?
Yeah, like the original Xbox One?
No. Yeah, I haven't. No, I have the Xbox One with the big hard drive, so I'm guessing that's still the original Xbox. It's not the Xbox One X.
What about the X?
No. And I've never ever bought a slim version of any of the systems. I've never liked them.
It still runs at 60 frames. It's just the big thing about the Xbox One X is that it's 4K 60 frames.
I don't know.
I mean,
that's special.
The Xbox, the playing Forza downstairs versus playing Forza up here on this computer is a completely different experience.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a hell of a lot smoother up here playing it. The only problem is it's the pain in the butt with the controller because of the way it is. Damn, you're wagering a freaking shit ton.
I figure I had to beat your wager. Your wager is what, 34,000?
He's got the money to be able to,
I have 200 and some thousand points. I can freaking wager 200, and my points don't matter anyway because I can just give them right back to myself.
But what if I win?
Huh?
But if I win, I'll be good.
Well, if you win, you're going to basically just about double your points.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to lose.
Double.
Huh?
Wouldn't quite double.
Almost. It would not double. It would, 1.5 times?
Yeah, pretty much. So instead of having, the 93,000 he's got now, he would have like 146,000.
Yeah.
If it ever fucking takes.
Mm-hmm.
The Stormlabs is always like, stuff with Cletus can't do this for another 63 seconds. Oh, you want merch? Here's the link for that. And then Cletus is like,
and then it dies.
No, we're gonna wait. Yeah. Merch this, donate that. No, you can't do this. What? You're still waiting?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's waiting for somebody else to jump in.
It's like you donate too much.
And probably a limit on it. There's no way that person can have that many points.
Maybe.
Maybe. I have no idea. I haven't played that much with it. We played with it a lot,
Alexa,
right after
it's Alexa complaining in the background.
Huh?
Said it's Alexa complaining in the background. You dirty SOB, you never spent that much on me, and you said you loved me.
When Alexa starts saying that, it's going straight in the toilet.
Oh, trust me. Depending on the question you ask her, you can get into some very finite conversations.
Hey, Alexa, are you jealous of my computer? Oh.
I don't know that one.
Hey, Alexa, do you get jealous? Jealous. Remixed by Nick Jonas. No, Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop.
No.
Alexa, stop.
You want to hear something funny? Ask her who Siri is.
Go to the Alexa app to manage your video skills and devices.
Crisis averted.
Alexa, stop.
Alexa, who is Siri?
According to Wikipedia, Siri is a virtual assistant application built into certain iOS devices. It hears what the user says and responds by web services. At first,
Alexa, stop.
Not what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to say something like, she's a competing virtual assistant on a competing...
Alexa will throw out some sort of witty comment, but most of the time, she's dumber than a doornail.
Yeah. What the hell?
But yeah, that was almost some copyright music. Yeah, oops.
Yeah. Thanks, Google.
Try it again.
I love my job.
Maybe you guys are wrong.
Asshole.
Maybe Streamlabs is like, nope. I did it earlier, though, and it told me to wait.
And he's going to type in like 3 other things, and they're all going to go at once, and he's going to lose every single time.
Yeah. Miss Formie gets his stuff in stereo when Alexa goes off, because I think there's about a dozen of the little mouthy in the house.
Oh my God!
In one device or another.
You're joking. Want merch? Well, you can get it here. You want points? Well, you can get them someplace else.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
She's just trolling us now.
She is.
Yeah.
Well, it's cloud bot, so I don't know if that's a guy or a girl.
It's neither. Cloud.
Alexa, what size are your big girl panties?
Oh my God.
Alexa, what size are your big girl panties?
Sounds like something a 14-year-old would ask.
Gonna bring up something on Amazon.
That'd be funny if they shipped him some. Amazon's
Did you hear her response?
No.
She goes, here's something she found on the web. Size 12 months.
Oh.
She's only a year old.
Must be
she
the
got
brain.
That tiny waist.
And she's looking online? Like, what the hell?
There's a certain song that you can ask her to play for you. And I said it one night, just out of the blue, cracking up, BSing when we're getting ready to go to bed. And she found it and played one.
I like the Yogi Bear one.
We'll wait till we get out of here at the end of the show, and I'll tell you guys what to go look for when your kids are sleeping out of the... Yeah, she found the song and played it. Basically, Miss Formie rolled off the bed on the floor laughing so hard. It was hilarious. I tried talking smack to the darn thing to get it to do something stupid, and it doesn't work. She comes up and finds stuff.
I'm gonna have to try a different command to see if it's listening.
Hang on, try not putting like 30 or 40 grand down on a bet.
Well, Miss Formie tried to put 5.
gonna try 1,000. Hey, it's like it doesn't. It's like it pays attention to 4-figure freaking numbers.
Probably.
There, now that it's started up, try 30, 40 grand.
Well, if we're gonna confuse it, let's do it right.
Did you have to capitalize or anything? No.
No.
Oh, wait, hold on, I spelled that wrong.
Heist. Like, are you even using points anymore, Chris, or is that just like breadcrumbs and some lint?
No,
oh my god, it worked!
What? It took that, not mine.
He's got like
no. I think it's only taking 4-digit numbers. And it didn't take mine either, so.
I
think it might only take
4-figure numbers and decimals to the 5th place.
Hey, I used tadpole tinder. Come on, give me some credit here.
Yeah, it only takes it up to 1,000, I think.
It's not taking anything, I don't see.
It just took mine.
Oh, okay.
I put 1,000 in. It didn't take my 9,000.
The worst part is she took my number. I'm in the hunt.
I know. He's like
if you get anything back, it like, jeez.
It only doubles it.
Well, what's he gonna lose? A 10,000th of a point, or he's gonna gain another 10,000th of a point?
Oh, that's hilarious.
What's going to be interesting if it comes back with the results and it actually gives me a decimal point with a number behind it.
I know, right?
Hey, 1,000 points worth.
Oh, there it goes. I don't think Miss Formy ended up in it. Lovely Bunch got 2,000. Chris got 0.
Oh,
and I got 2,000. And Cletus, you lost money. He lost 1,000.
At least I didn't lose the.
You didn't come back from that plundering.
Well,
that's all right. At least I didn't lose 75,000.
He didn't get anything.
Oh, that's funny. That's just funny.
I wonder if it just reads like the 4 first digits, so it's like 0000, and it's like he's betting nothing.
Well, I told you, Miss Formy, you probably got ignored because I don't think it's taking anything over 1,000.
Yeah, they don't want people using this to, make ill-gotten gains.
Stuff with Cletus has exactly 93,000. Miss Formy has 53,005. Lovely Bunch of Coconuts has 39,662.
Wow.
Pilot's got 35,962. Where is Pilot anyway? I thought you said he was incoming.
He said he was going to be, so I don't know what he's doing.
Then
he's
Matt
down in that
MPG,
karaoke hut getting drunk on margaritas, I'll bet.
Probably. Old Car Auto Guy. Where is Chris? Chris is at 10,885.
Oh, he last. Not last, but 10th.
Yeah. Oh, there. Now we're subscribing to my channel. Really need to. I need to fiddle with those.
Subscribe here, donate here, buy merch here.
I know. Oh my God, I feel like I'm.
5,000 points gets ignored.
Streamlabs is really making me look desperate. But then again,
that's right.
It wouldn't show up so many times if we had more people chatting, because obviously there would be a lot more space in between it announcing things. It just looks like it's spamming when the amount of people chatting slows down, because then there's not enough space in between the times it pops in. Because it has like 10-15 minutes between pop-ins.
Well, it don't seem like 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, it depends. Well, there's 4 different ones that show up.
Mm-hmm.
There's what are there? There is not commands. Quotes? No. Cues? No. It is quotes.
I can see it's going to be a Clint Eastwood night.
Timers. It's timers. So there's Instagram, Teespring, subscribe, donate, and Discord. Instagram is every 15 minutes. Teespring is every 10 minutes. Subscribe is every 12 minutes. Donate is every 6 minutes. And Discord is every 14 minutes.
6, 10, 12, and 14?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there comes this point where they start overlapping.
Yeah.
Because I can't set them to be like, it displays this message, and then 10 minutes later it displays this message. I can't.
That'd be too fair.
No, it only it'll replay the same message every so many minutes, and it's damn near impossible to get them to be evenly spaced out to where.
There's one for the Discord.
Huh?
There's one for the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of hard to carry on a conversation with yourself, but you're carrying a conversation on with us up here in the chat.
That's all right. I might be behind in points.
Conversation with you.
But I got the Comedy Keg Award for the causing the most simultaneous laughter in one spot.
You and Pilot are both good at throwing those one line like you can't help but bust a gut laughing freaking. But they also very well borderline on the point of getting me kicked off the air too.
Sometimes.
Cletus.
Gamble's all.
It says if you do that, it will let you put the max amount that has been set. What?
What?
Oh, no, yeah, there you go.
I won.
You gambled and won. So the max is 40,000.
All right. But why did my points go up?
Your points didn't go up. Don't get that one. I think you broke the system.
Uh-oh.
No, you did it. You did it. You're at 133,000 points.
Look at me go.
Jesus Christ. It's going to be getting altitude sickness from sitting on the top of the pile.
Low-flying vet has entered the hangar.
I see this, man. We were just... Your ears must have been freaking ringing off the hook, man.
I'm telling you.
And there's Streamlabs with the merch link again.
Pilot, you missed the what's in the cup.
I know, man.
I had an actual empty can of Ice House from the other night just for his honor. And
I'll be right back.
Where was he at?
Right.
Nah.
Ice House, of course.
Yep.
Naturally.
See, and I had an empty can of Ice House from the other night I was going to hold up when they did that, and he wasn't even here. Now I can't do it because I pitched the can back in the bunk.
Yeah, and you ain't going to be able to, throw your truck in cruise control and go get it.
Well, autopilot does. Let me see. I bet I could I'm on a long straightaway. I could tie the steering wheel in with the seatbelt like they do when they tow these things.
Oh, they just run the seatbelt through the wheel?
Yep.
Run
the seatbelt through the steering wheel, wrap it, and loop it back to the other thing and buckle it, and you're done.
Interesting.
Oh, look at that. Fresh road pizza.
Road pizza?
Uh-huh. There's a deer that got his backside knocked off him. It was just a sauce smear down the center line.
Spaghetti sauce.
Uh-huh. Tell you ain't gonna apologize, buddy. I had it in your honor the other night. It went well with that steak I had the last night that I could eat in Oregon. Now they shut the restaurants down again in Oregon and Washington. I've been eating TV dinners ever since.
They shut the restaurant.
Should be apologizing in the chat for not being here. Nobody is ever required to be here.
I just want to know how many umbrella drinks and bikini tops he dropped. You know, in the tiki hut there, dancing with the karaoke club.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is actually a nice glass.
No, steering wheel in a truck will not lock like a car because there's no ignition switch in the steering column.
Oh.
You switch just a switch, the old switch, like in the old. God, when did they move the keys to the column? Because when they had the keys down 50s? In the when they had the keys down in the dash, they didn't have a provision for locking the steering column then, right?
They're in the dash again, or not at all.
Well, nowadays cars have electric power steering or something like that.
Ooh, that's good.
So no key, no power steer.
That's good. Angry Orchard hard cider, unfiltered, crisp apple, hazy.
I remember the first rental car that I got like that. Push button to start, and the lady was trying to explain it to me. I said, "Honey, the only thing I understand about push button to start usually gets me slapped by the girl that I pushed."
Besides, most of us people that have driven race cars know about the freaking push button to start, or at least to flip a switch.
Yeah.
We're just not used to having the key with us when we do it.
It's like that one car we have at the shop. If we take our truck to the shop, I mean, it's push button start. I think it's a Nissan. But that son of a bitch is a double whammy because you've got to find the key fob, remote control, little box. But if you don't slide that into the special slot in the dash and it locks in place, you can't start the car at all.
Now, Pilot
it acts like a dead battery.
Pilot says the Cadillac is electric steering. Now, is that electric assist or full-on electric steering?
No, it's electric over rack pinion.
So you still have a manual. Like if there's no power, you can still turn it.
Oh,
right. But it's electrical. It's like really, really smooth. I think they call it electric over rack opinion in that car anyway. The CTS.
Do we want to see his all-wheel drive Cadillac?
I'll look it up.
Because he sent me a picture. If you want to have Big E bring it up in here.
Are we having a Pilot car show?
Why not? What the hell? It's one of them nights.
Freaking looks like
more of my diecast down in the basement last week.
You found what?
More of my diecast, including some of my Earnhardt stuff.
Oh, geez, is that some of the stuff that's included behind you?
That's not including the stuff that's behind me.
Oh.
Now, do you got senior, junior, or a combination of both?
It would have been senior. I mean, I don't have a problem with junior, but just junior wasn't my. I grew up with.
He wasn't the first. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my whole racing career was.
It's like we've discussed before. NASCAR died when senior died. Period. End of discussion.
No, I think NASCAR died before that. Unfortunately, NASCAR
died when the big corporate dollars come in. How's that?
Exactly, that's better. NASCAR died when NASCAR started caring more about its fly-by-night fans than its hardcore fans. That's when NASCAR died. When NASCAR died, when it tried to be more like football than it did like NASCAR.
You could probably go back and say NASCAR did a flip-flop when Bill France Jr. retired and turned it over to his the other dipshit kid that,
I just ran
ironically, laugh our ass off, had to step down from the reins of NASCAR because he violated the substance control policy.
Oh my God, when did that happen?
Oh God, this was probably at this point 4 or 5 years ago.
So
Brian France was caught DUI and he had drug paraphernalia with him, so he had to step down as the CEO or whatever NASCAR, and his uncle took over.
Oh.
I don't remember for sure what year it was, but it was ironic because they had a big deal with what was his name? Jeremy Mayfield.
Okay.
Went started his own team. Had his own team run. Was doing pretty good.
Yeah, he had an all red car, didn't he? Like a dark maroon.
Yeah, I think so. But he got busted with some kind of drug shit, violation of the policy. So they basically suspended him, canned him, and his team. He wasn't allowed to put a driver in his team to keep the team running because he was the owner. So which basically ruined his NASCAR career. But it's ironic that, you know, he did their jump through my hoops program to come back, and jump through my hoops this to do that, and jump, you know, everything that, you know, Brian, under, you know, all these policies that kept throwing at him, you need to do this, you need to do this, and we'll review it, you need to do this, review it. And then the guy that's making all the rules violated the same rule.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. Hilarious to me. Yeah, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. He's the dumbass that come out with the idea for that car tomorrow where they put the big wing on the back, and he couldn't understand why they were flipping over whenever they turned around backwards and they picked the ass of the car up in the air and do a flip.
Well,
hello, airplane wing. Airplane wing, hello.
Yeah, just because you're using it backwards to create downforce doesn't mean when you turn it around that it ain't creating lift.
Exactly. I remember one of the press conferences he did. I just don't understand. We have the hood flaps and the roof flaps and the trunk flaps
not enough
and the yada yada yada.
They're not there. They're not enough to overcome the force of it going. You know, of that.
Nope.
You know. I don't know. I think they just need to get rid of. They need to get rid of all of that aero.
My opinion, that it was an ugly car. It was ugly. What they could have done, if he was really dead set on doing that, was to incorporate a center section that when the car turned around backwards would flip up in the air, the same as the roof flaps and everything, in the spoiler wing itself to act as an air brake.
Yeah. Or just
and prevent it from lifting.
Or just as you're going forward, it lays flat, and when it turns around, it opens up, which would completely defoil the wing.
Yeah, it would stall it.
Exactly.
If there's no air to go over it, if there's nothing to go over, then there is
it's
no.
not going to make lift.
Yeah. But you know, it is what it is. But I mean, the car of tomorrow, I don't think had anything to do with killing NASCAR. It is just marketing. They dump so much money into the sport without there being the income to support it that it overinflated itself. The bubble burst.
Or the Twisted Sister car, where the bodies were mounted on the chassis basically sideways for aerodynamics in the corner, and they looked like they were coming down the. You look at it coming down the straightaway, and it looks like it was a dog, crab walking.
Yeah, like it's crabbing.
Yeah. But it's just, and it isn't, like I said, it isn't just that. It's all the rule changes. It's the, again, and the rule changes weren't for better competition. The rule changes were for, more exciting. They were trying to engineer a race instead of letting a race play out. And at that point, it's almost like rigging the system. It's like it's like. It's like going to go play poker or craps or something at a casino, and they have rules in it to rig it to get a certain result. You're not getting it's not a genuine race then.
Yeah, Formula One's been doing the same thing for a while now.
Right. They took the organicness out of the sport,
and
it so then it lost its thrill.
And they took all the initiative and creativity out of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole point of NASCAR was the fact of the ingenuity of coming up with reasons of.
Look back in the day when Smokey Unit, in the early 70s, he deliberately built a car, brought it to Daytona, and they told him, you can't run with that because he had a 28-gallon fuel cell when they were only allowed to have 24. Well, they measured his fuel cell, and they got 24 gallons out of it.
Just add.
No, he took a basketball and he stuck a basketball down inside his fuel cell, and then he inflated it. So when he went to tech and they tested it, they got 24 gallons of fuel out of it because the ball would get over there and plug the outlet up when they would drain the tank. And then he'd get back to the pits and he'd get in there and deflate the ball, and he had an extra 4 gallons of fuel. Well, they drained all his fuel out, took the fuel cell out, told him that car is illegal, you need to repair it. And he told him, you can kiss my ass. And then they all scratched their heads because he started the car up and drove it back to a shop down the city streets. And they were just, you had no fuel, so we told, how'd you do that? Well, here he put a fuel line in. He had, I think it was 25 feet of fuel line.
Yeah, it snaked back and forth underneath the
car. Yeah, it was like 2 inches around, and the fuel line itself held an extra 2.5 to 3 gallons of fuel in the fuel line itself. And he drove the car back to shop on it. Stuff like that, they've taken that creative, the whole purpose of racing is find a way to make your car faster and better handling than the other guy.
But after everyone does that,
adding the lead bearings in the frame rails with a trap door to let them out.
Yeah, so then your car is,
Yeah. Look at drag racing with all the Swiss cheese frames they had back in the day.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the lead weight was you had the lead weight in the car when it passed inspection. You went out in the track, you pulled the freaking plug, it let all the weight out. Your car was now 4 or 5 pounds freaking lighter.
Yeah, now they weigh you after the race, so you can't do that anymore.
Yep. That's the whole point. Is you're chasing the rule book. You're finding that gray area, but now when the freaking rule book is so freaking tight that
it's so specific, there is no gray area. The gray area, well, what used to be the gray area in the rule book is now the gray area in your research and development, because the teams that have the more money to, make engines, a little bit more powerful, a little bit more fuel efficient, they can go out there and they can run, a 10 faster a lap on using less fuel, and, teams with less money can't do that anymore. So they just fall back to the point where no one wants to sponsor them. They don't make money and they fold.
They're taking that away from them too.
Whenever y'all get finished. Whenever you got finished talking, I was going to show you guys that it has actually clicked over to 264 subscribers now.
There we go. Now, actually, the place you want to check that, because the thing is that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yours will work, but anything you go over 3 digits, you won't be able to check like that anymore.
Yeah, right. You have to pull up the analytics.
The nearest 10th. Which isn't always accurate either, because some people were saying I hit 2,000 subs before I actually hit 2,000 subs, because it was like at 198, it rolled over to 2,000.
Yeah, just rounded
up. 2,000 yet. But, yeah. Congrats. We'll get you there. By the way, if you guys haven't, the problem is everybody that's here. You guys got to remind me when we get that spike in the beginning of the chat where we get almost 10 people to plug your guys' channels. I always forget. I mean to. I just...
You got to plug Pilot's channel some more. He needs some more subscribers.
For those new videos. But... I don't know, guys. We're going on 11 o'clock. I want to wish you guys all a happy holidays. See you guys after Thanksgiving. Hopefully nobody gets trampled on Black Friday.
Stay home.
I have a feeling Black Friday shopping. I have a feeling Black Friday is going to end up being a virtual shopping event.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Cyber Monday, all that. Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Because nobody's going to be able, because of the way the rules are with stores and all of that stuff. I think anybody that does end up going to the store might get a killer ass freaking deal, just because I know that they're expecting to not have a lot of people there for the in-store stuff.
Yeah.
Well, like Best Buy, they're doing all their Black Friday sales online.
Yeah. And the thing is like I would, but I'm sitting here holding on to that cash to get that sniper thing, and I guarantee you Holly's not going to have anything like that.
No.
So it doesn't, I'm just going to sit here and wait. I mean, there's things I could buy. Like I still want to get in fact, actually, my camera that I've been looking for, that old Handycam that does 1080p and night vision or whatever, that's from that I used to have before. One popped up on eBay for only like $199. I was like kicking myself, because it's like I would have bought it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because that's a 500 gig internal hard drive on that camera, which means no carrying around little cards or anything, waiting for it to fill up. That's 500 gigs of storage on the camera.
Pretty good.
I could shoot 1080p for like 4 hours and not fill that thing up.
Damn.
Whereas like even like the GoPros, you have to swap out the memory cards. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm kicking myself because I would have bought it, but I've been sitting here holding on to the cash to be able to pay for that fuel system.
I say if you want to bring them up, Sean, they're over in the, or if you want to have Big E bring them up, there's 2 pics in the live stream chat.
Pilot's caddy.
Well, there's one there, and there's another one. If you want to give a shout out to somebody in the group.
All right, go ahead.
Probably enjoy
wants to pull them up. I can't pull them up because it messes.
All right, I got them up right now. Let me click on the right tab here first. Share screen. We will not be
I
sharing.
know who owns that other beautiful thing.
I'm sure you do.
Oh.
If you already looked at it, then yeah, you do know.
I did. Oh my god, it's one of my favorite hood scoop designs. Okay, so here's that beautiful caddy for pilots.
That other one, I'm actually scared to drive.
Really? Because it's that pretty, or because it's got power behind it?
No, because I'm afraid Miss Formy is gonna, if something would happen and some idiot run into it, I'm either going to be dead because she rips my head off, or I'm going to be in jail because I ripped someone else's head off.
Also, that nose is one of my favorite Firebird noses.
Ooh.
I actually like that front end even more than the 77, 78, and 79 noses.
Now that's not the best picture she has of that car.
Oh, she has so many pictures of this car.
The best picture of that car in that front end. The best picture of that front end is the picture she got that was done for the cover photo center. Oh, what do they call it? The feature cover picture story car for High Performance Pontiac magazine. Right after she got it restored, and they have a. Let me see if I can find it. If you want to show that.
Congratulations, pilot.
Dun.
All right.
Get out of there.
Until that comes up,
But
come on.
Yeah, the formula, those early formulas where the snorkels like just tipped over the nose of the car. That's such a good look on those cars.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like that grille. I actually like a color most people don't. What is it? Is it Brentwood Brown? I think that's the right color.
Brentwood Brown?
I think that's the right color. It's a really like dark chestnutty brown. It's really pretty. It's got just a little bit of flake in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really pretty color. Also, the what is it? They have that green. What is that green color? The dark green. It's not hunter green. It's Chris, help me out. What's the green that they have? That real dark green.
Is it like a British racing
dark
green?
Forest.
Oh, I'll have to look it up now because now you guys are. Because 73 was like the best year for that green. It's actually pretty rare for that car to be in that color.
Rooster green?
That sounds about right.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, Brewster. That is what it is. It's another really pretty color, especially when you add like gold to it.
Oh yeah.
7-shot and well, that's not good news there, pilot.
No.
Oh my gosh.
That mall, mall shooting.
It is what happened, but it's not something that necessarily I wanted to bring here.
Yeah.
I like to keep this. I mean, I don't want to hide from the world in this chat, in this live stream, but I kind of want to keep it positive. There's enough negativity.
I'm surprised you're on a live stream. I thought you'd still be out counting votes.
We're not talking.
Everybody there counting
another
votes.
Thing that we don't talk about in this live stream.
Counting?
No.
Counting votes?
No, anything with politics. Causes too much negativity and definitely fucks with my depression.
Yeah.
No, the whole point. I mean, and if I have to go about that, the whole point that I even started these live streams to begin with, besides the fact of helping with minutes watch time and all that stuff, is this all actually helps with my own depression. You know, this getting together, chit chatting, hanging out with all of you guys, especially since I lost a lot of my local friends in the area.
Yeah.
I mean, now granted, me and Big E spend a few hours almost every night gaming.
Oh yeah.
Not every night, but most nights.
Most nights.
But what's great is, like, you know, I can spend this Sunday, hang out, have a beer. I don't have to go to a bar and hang out with random people I don't care about. You know, I can hang out with you guys. I'm safe. I'm home. Don't have to worry about drinking and driving or nothing stupid like that.
Yeah.
I get to entertain you guys. You guys entertain me. Hopefully, I mutually help you guys, you know, as much as you guys help me. And it's part of why I really love and enjoy doing these live streams. Is it gives a person a place to hang out and feel important, regardless of whether if you're in the chat or up here. You know, you guys are all important. You know, and I definitely appreciate every time that you guys are here every week. You know, and even the people that pop in here every once in a while. You know, you guys are all important. But on that note, I am going to catch you guys all next week. We will be here, and unless something happens, we'll be here next week, same time, same place, 9 p.m. If I'm late, you can yell at me. But
was that Adam West Batman was same bat time, same bat channel?
Yeah, basically. But yeah, in the meantime, don't forget to check out my Instagram, check out my Teespring. If you guys do get a shirt or something off of Teespring, let me know what it is and when you get it, and whether you enjoyed it or not. Definitely appreciate it. I enjoy seeing you guys. You know, I enjoy when people share the stuff that they get. Kind of makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I'll catch you guys next week. And you guys all have a good night and a safe week.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace out. He's going to rewind to the caddy pick.
All right, hold on. Well, you can rewind after the last.
He's going to. Pilot's going to rewind to look at a picture of his own car.
It's a nice car.
Go outside and look at it.
All right, guys. Catch you.